Hey. Sorry, guys. I tried to do the hey gems, but I'm really feeling a bit heavy at the moment. So I'm just going to bring my guest on. I think she will help me. Yes, you. Let me bring you on because I need your help, darling.
Hey,
Hi.
hey Jemima, how are you?
I'm good. It's good to see you. You look lovely. Thank you
Oh,
so much
thank
for
you.
coming.
You probably want to switch me because I'm looking like I'm looking over there.
Okay, okay. So on here
It's
it's
just the way how my thing is set up. I'm still trying to
let me
figure
bring
out
it.
my setup for life. So now it looks like I'm looking at you
Is
when
it
I'm
better?
looking at
Okay.
you.
No worries at all. Let's see. Hold on, let me take this off. So I feel like it's too red. Uh, Still trying to figure this thing out because obviously we haven't done anything since, you know.
A long time. Let me just get this in shot. There we
No
go.
worries. No, it looks good. It looks good.
Yeah, I turned off that extra light. I'm like, I wanted to have that nice night feel.
Night
And
feel, yeah. That's what I was trying to do with this one, but it just ended up making everything look quite red. Let me see. I was like, no, we don't want it too red. But yeah, we're
hey
here.
Jared.
Yeah, let's say hi, Bobby. I saw you here.
Hey
Jared.
Bobby.
Actually, Jared is the reason why we're even here.
Is it? Oh, so it was Jared who had told you about linking in with me?
No, yeah, because I followed you, like I watch your content, and I didn't even know that you were on Instagram. I love your reactions. And Jared was like, well, you need to be collaborating with her. And I thought, I don't know if she'll even get back to me.
No, listen,
You
I am open to collaborating with like-minded women in this
know?
space, So
Mm.
if, I was about to say, if you want to collab, of course you're
I,
collabing.
more
But
to
yeah,
go.
yes. So yeah,
No,
so I'm down with collaborating with women that have the same, mindset as myself. So
mm.
yeah, don't be scared to reach out, girl. Let
Yeah,
me know.
no. Jared was like, go for it. Go for it. And I was like, okay, then. So yeah, Jared, thank you so much. He said it's like being in church and today's guest speaker is the animated communicator is often on point. Ah,
Like,
yeah,
I'm
one of the,
animated. You know what?
I think both of us are, so today's gonna be full of it.
I get told I'm animated a lot.
I think that's why he was like, you two should get on. And then obviously you're UK. And remember we were speaking and I was like, I didn't know you were from the UK. I couldn't pinpoint the accent until I followed you on Instagram. And I was like, hold on, is she
Because I remember that one time the first time I guess you reached out to me and I was sitting in my backyard and he was like, yeah, I'm
mm.
not sure what time it is. I'm like, girl, it's the same time as you. I'm just sitting
I
watching the last little bit of the sun because you know how the sun
know,
is.
I know. I was like, oh, well, that helps because I don't have to do all this, 7 hours.
Conversion of the time.
Yeah. Oh, amazing. So that's why we're here. We were actually going to talk about something else. We're going to talk
Yes.
about modesty. So it will come up very soon. We're going to discuss what other availabilities we may have. um, but obviously, given the circumstance, I couldn't come back to the YouTube streets without addressing the biggest elephant in the room, the
Yeah.
loss of my bae. And I'm trying to hold tears back, but I think at the moment we've already had the conversations about this, haven't we? And I
Yes.
think although it's still quite surreal. I've come to terms with the fact that he's actually gone, but the fact that his message is still there. I
Yeah.
can still hear his voice, hear his message, so freely.
Mhm.
It's as if he's still here
Yeah.
because so yeah, that's what we're pretty much going to be delving a little bit deeper into today.
Also,
How are
sorry.
you guys feeling though? Oh, sorry. Yeah. Go
No,
on.
I was just about to say, is my audio okay? Because it's just the other day I'm realizing to myself that my audio is probably coming up through my computer because I don't have
Oh,
great.
no, no,
I
no. I
don't
can
know.
hear you.
Okay,
I
that's
can
it.
hear you.
I'm
In the
trying to get
chat,
another microphone though, but I'm just like, not sure how
I
this is
can
sounding.
hear you well.
Oh,
If you guys can't hear her, please do let me know. But so far, so good. So,
okay, great.
so we're just gonna dive into it because it's pretty late
Yeah,
here, isn't it?
yeah, it's okay
um,
though. Was okay for
Kevin.
you.
Oh, Jared said the audio is good, so that's good.
Okay, fantastic.
Good,
Yeah.
good. Kevin. What did he stand for? Kevin, Kevin, Kevin. And obviously, people who are new on here, Kevin is Bay, and I've always said that he's Bay. So it really hits home his loss. So if you're gonna come here to chat rubbish, you will be blocked with quickness because right now I do not have any. I don't have any time to be coddling people and just bringing them in like, oh, I want to save
Yeah,
everyone. No, no, there's no time for all of that because his loss has just made me realize that time is of the essence. You live like now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's just the other day. Like it's been what about 2 weeks? I think this coming week is it 2 or 3 weeks? Something
Mm,
like
yeah.
that. I think it's been 3 weeks because it was
3
on the
weeks.
5th and today's the
Mm,
28th. So it's a
yeah.
little bit over 3 weeks. And it was just the
Yeah.
other day I was thinking to myself, I'm like, I can't believe he's actually not here for
Yeah.
real. Like we're not
Yeah.
seeing any more live sessions or
Yeah.
anything. I'm like, that is so crazy. And you can just be
It's surreal.
taken away
Just like
just
they
like
just
that.
vanished, just like that. And had he not had a online presence, it's like twinkle of an eye, you're just like a fluff, like just gone, just like that,
Yeah.
and no one even knows. But I love the fact that he left such a footprint. What was
Yeah.
that?
No,
Oh,
I just read what are you drinking? Sorrel or hibiscus juice?
tell
Well,
us,
I mean,
tell us.
I did share it in my YouTube stories. I mean, Jared, how come you didn't check it out? This, this what I'm drinking is beetroot. Well, I call it ABC. So it's
Okay.
apple, beetroots, carrots, and cucumber. So
Oh, I have to
this
try. I
is
haven't tried it with cucumber before.
yeah,
I
I was
haven't
talking
had
to my sister
that.
about this yesterday. She's like, "Ooh, cucumbers! I don't like cucumbers." I'm like, "Girl, you can't even taste it in the
Yeah,
juice."
exactly. It's just like water, so you might as
It
well add
is.
it in there.
Yeah, and it's
Oh,
so many nutrients in it. And I've shared on my channel that I predominantly eat more raw fruits and vegetables.
yeah.
So in
You did
eating
say,
it, I
yeah.
also juice it. So this is literally
Mm,
beetroot, everything that I just said,
right.
just juiced, gone through the juicer, and this is it in liquid form.
Oh, no, I love that. I thought you were gonna say. I thought you were gonna say C for celery. I was like, oh, that'll be interesting because sometimes I do celery, carrots, and beetroot.
You know what I've tried celery in? Apples, pineapple, celery, parsley, and ginger. Yeah,
Oh,
when you hear the celery and the parsley, you think, ooh, but
no, but I
try
do
it.
like
You will love
parsley. Okay, I'm gonna try that.
it.
Yeah, nutritious. Yeah, I'm all about
Yes.
that as well. So I like to put it on empty tummy. So first thing in the morning with hot water or
Yeah.
warm water, mix it in and then just down it. Look how we just segued. This is exactly what we did when we're doing the catch up. We ended
Yeah.
up talking for so long. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, we're talking about Kevin. Yeah,
Yes.
just the other day. Jared is your fault. Two of my favorite content creators on YouTube. Where have you?
Aw.
Yes, I've been MIA because I didn't know how to come back, and I wasn't ready to talk about Kevin just yet. But because I already had this live stream scheduled,
Yeah.
I was like, okay, in that case, let's just talk about Kevin and then I can segue into getting back into the YouTube street. So
Yeah.
that's where I've been. I've been focusing on life and trying to wrap my head around, this
Yeah.
devastating news. But at the same time, focus like a laser, as he said, focusing like a
Yes.
laser.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, bless him. This is plant-based. Would you
Yes,
call
I
it?
am plant-based. Yes. I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I will have some vegan option food, but I try not to because processed foods are not the best for your body because your body is doing a lot more work trying to break it down. And when your body breaks
Right.
down all of that, chemicals or whatever else they put in it,
To put it there.
you're not really getting no nutrients, and your body is doing all that work, and it's
Mm.
not being compensated for the work it's doing. So yeah, I'm mostly plant-based.
Oh.
So yeah.
Maybe one day. I mean, I love the juicing and all of that, but I don't know if I can call myself all these things. But I try to incorporate as many healthy things into my diet and my lifestyle as much as possible.
What I
I'm
would
trying
like
to
to
take care of my
recommend
body.
that could possibly help along that journey, just to, even if it's something you want to check out, I can share with you I can share with you a content creator that I follow on YouTube. I don't know if you want me to
Mhm.
share it here, or I can share it with you one
Yeah,
way.
you can share it here. Who is it?
But it's a content creator called Yaki Awakened, and he is
Okay.
literally a herbalist, a master healing herbalist, where he really just talks about like the foods you eat and how it
Mhm.
benefits your body. And he also, um, have his business where he sells these products and
Mm.
stuff.
Okay. I'm
Very,
gonna check
very,
them
very,
out.
very informative. And it
Okay,
was
because I like information. Once I understand, at least that way, it will help me start eliminating more things because I don't drink cow's milk and all those like
yes,
a lot
ooh,
of dairy stuff. I cut it out years ago. So
me
it's like slowly but surely.
yeah.
Hi, Reginald. Oh, sorry. Let me put you on there.
Hi.
It's good to see you here. Jared is very happy. I'm so happy, Jared. Come on, like I appreciate it so much. Yeah, UK in the house. We are cooking on gas here. Thank you for understanding. Yes, you will be seeing me more. I think now I'm ready to bring more fire because you just never know when you're gonna go. you
No,
know,
for real, for real.
So I just wanna like bring more content out. So you will be seeing me more. You will be seeing Keisha more. She's already out here. So yeah, you'll be seeing both of us. But yeah, so Kevin,
So what did he
um,
stand for? I believe
yeah,
Stephen stood for, bringing the community together. As much as some people think that, he doesn't like black women or whatever, if
mhm,
people really understand that his message is to help black women or melanated women, you know, fix, basically
yeah,
the undo the miseducation of what it is
right,
to be a woman and how
hmm,
she's to be in her relationship. If they truly understand that and see how their ways are counterproductive to a relationship,
right.
they really appreciate that he really is for the coming together of a
The
man
community.
and melanated people of the community. I don't really like saying the word black. There is so
Yeah, because I think he spoke to so many people. And I
yeah,
know a lot of people used to say that, well, as a Christian, why are you condoning, men don't cheat, they exercise options, and then sometimes I'm like, yes, he's a Christian, and most of the times he brings that into play if he's speaking to another Christian, but that's not what his platform isn't for Christians. you
right,
know,
right, right.
he's so much bigger than just that.
Just
Exactly. So it's like, how are you just going to shoot yourself in the foot just because you think he said X, Y, and Z? But me, men do exercise options. It's the truth. It's the fact.
and it's so funny because even these Christians, if they really do read the scriptures, the
Mm,
Bible speak about men having multiple wives, and that is just the
mm,
only thing I didn't like that Kevin
yeah.
didn't like
Go
hone
into
in on. I
yeah.
think if he honed in on the fact of these other women being wives rather than concubines or
Mhm,
side
mm,
chicks and stuff like that, the
mhm,
message would be received a lot better because, you know, in the scriptures, and when I'm not talking about Solomon and all of those guys who have their
mhm.
concubines and all of that,
Oh
but
yeah.
but even the scriptures told the scriptures, the Most High God did tell Solomon, like, avoid certain women of
Right.
certain nation, as they
Yeah.
would be the downfall, which they ended up being the downfall of him. But if you go back
Hello,
to the
Samson.
sorry,
I said, hello, Samson.
right, and if you even think about other men in the scriptures, they spoke about them having their wives, but you know, it wasn't a thing of, oh, well, I just want to go out there and just get my rocks off, so I'm going to get another
Right.
wife just for that
Mhm.
sake. It was
Mm.
more of a thing of, you know, it's a thing of like continuation of the seed,
Of this,
and
yeah,
stuff like
yeah,
that. And
yeah.
it's like, it wasn't a thing of competition between the wives, even though there were some scriptures where, you know, you can read about the jealousy between the wives. So that's what I'm
Right.
saying. I've spoken on this in a few of my videos where it's like, you know, yes, you know, women are a little bit more accepting of that, but that doesn't mean that the emotional part that how a woman would feel in a
Right.
situation like we don't have that. That is still
Mm.
something we have to get over, unless it was a thing of like you and your husband sit down and say, hey,
Mm.
I am okay with this. Everything's fine. And we understood that from the jump. Or
Mm.
something happened as the relationship continues and it's like, okay, I'm okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
Because that woman, that wife, have to process
Yeah. Right.
what's going on. It's not like we're robots, like we have no emotions. We do have emotions, you know, and we have to process it.
Mm.
So yeah,
But
that's the only thing I didn't
mm.
necessarily agree with, but I did understand his message
Yeah.
overall. You know?
Right. 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 No, I definitely, I think with him, he always has that shock factor, you know, and
Yeah.
that's one of the things I really liked about him, or loved about him, because he shocks you to think, okay? He shocks you because you're thinking, I'm going to die alone. What? Do I have £1,000,000 from 60 to 80 to like cash? Do I have that? You know, he makes you think about these things, because women, we just dilly dally throughout life.
Yes.
And we're like, yeah, but surely we won't be homeless. Surely that won't happen. And then you have Kevin saying, yep,
Yeah,
that's
you
going
will be
to
homeless,
happen.
girl.
So I think like those are the things that I really appreciated about his message, what he stood for. He wasn't afraid to be the person who essentially threw himself under the bus, you know, because he was like, these are the hard things for us to talk about. But at the end of the day, I know I'm living on borrowed time, his own words. I'm living on borrowed time. If my life was spared when I had cancer and I got my life back, I'm
Yeah.
living on borrowed time. I don't have time to be holding you in my arms saying, it's going to be
Yeah.
okay. Okay, let's get you out. No, no, no. I need to give you straight up, because I don't know when the lights are going to go off.
Mm-hmm.
And in a way, I think he's done a lot. There's so much content. There's so much for women, for men. And it's just going to go on until YouTube decides to say, we are no more. And I don't actually see that happening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
We got
He
so
stood
much
for
content
people.
out there that we can definitely go back through, listen carefully, and apply where necessary.
Yeah, absolutely. I think like once we're in our emotions, it's like, nah. But then now that he's gone, no new content will be coming, but the
Mm-hmm.
old content will still be like, it will be bombarded, because I'm going to be doing a lot more dissecting.
Yeah.
So it's like you can't run away from it. It's like can't get rid of them.
Yeah,
Just don't do
exactly.
that.
And a lot of his subscribers as well, I guess now truly appreciate the reaction content, because it's like,
Mm,
oh, you guys are keeping his
yeah,
message alive, you
yeah,
know, spreading the
yeah,
message. And
mm,
obviously, whilst we are reacting, because that's what I mainly did,
yeah,
we're shedding new perspective on what
yeah,
he's saying, and it just opens up more conversation.
yeah.
And
Because
I
that's
think
all
that's what
you
he wanted to
do.
happen, where we have the
Yeah,
conversation.
conversations. Yeah, absolutely. He kept saying that it's really not about me. It's about having these conversations, because they've just never been had before. And I
Hmm.
think men were having these conversations,
but
you know,
not
for
in the
women.
women, yes.
Jesus.
Because as women, because I'm not gonna lie, like listening to his content as well, it opened my eyes to a whole lot more as it pertains to a relationship and understanding how a man's mind work, you know.
Right.
So it definitely helped. It definitely helped.
Yeah. Because I remember there was a time where I know for me growing up, like dating, it was like, I wonder what he's thinking, you know? What does he
Or
want?
why do men always like look at other women and why they do da 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 da? I used to think like,
Those
what?
questions.
Why? It's like, oh, now I
Yeah.
understand this. So now I'm just like,
And
okay.
men are like, here you go. Here are the answers. Blah, blah, blah. This is what we want. Blah, blah, blah. And we're like, no, you don't. Let's go back to the era where you were silent and we made up the things that you actually wanted. I think women, we can be so funny. We say we want to know certain things.
And
We
then
get
when
to
it's
know
all
them and we're like,
exactly,
as a
exactly.
matter of fact, keep it to yourself.
Exactly.
Some of the comments. Oh, double figures in the likes. Is it? Okay, people. Keep them coming, as Kevin would say. Don't play me like a $2 hoe.
Get the likes up, guys.
Get the likes up, guys.
Subscribe while you pass through. Subscribe.
Oh, I saw this one. I don't know if you came across it though, Keisha.
What's up?
O'Shea's list of finest looking women on Black YouTube.
Oh yeah, I saw it.
I was like, oh,
I
Shakira.
did not like that video, the video that he posted and he shared, even though it's a video on my channel.
I haven't watched the video, but I saw you on the thumbnail. I was like, okay, girl.
I was like, oh my god, I hate oh my goodness. I was like, why couldn't you pick another video?
Now I'm gonna actually go and check it out. Yeah, fireworks, more to come, more to come. Reggie, good to see you, ladies. It's always a pleasure to see content creators like you. Yep, I know. We're gonna keep them coming, honestly, and we appreciate you guys here in the community as well. Thank you so much.
Definitely.
All his subscribers have now aligned with all who honestly Oh, amazing. No, amazing. Hi, Bobby. Nice to see you here. How are you coping with everything? I know I haven't posted in a while, but guys, I'm coming, okay? So we've briefly spoken about what Kevin meant to us. I think throughout the whole live stream, it's not going to be a very long one, but we will be touching on, what he meant to us through everything that we're speaking about. Sorry. We're just going to, just bear with me. So guys, let me pick up some of the comments. Let's have a bit of a chat. Keisha needs to check something real quick. Maybe you guys, if you could share what Kevin meant to you, and then we could just talk a little bit about that, maybe best moments, things that you learned from him that has continued to help you in your journey. Yeah, share it. Feel free to drop it in the comments and we can talk about it whilst we're waiting for Keisha. And let me put some music on. Gosh, can't believe you've been. Oh, you're back. Yeah, one moment. I just asked them. I just asked everyone to share their best moments or what they've learned from Kevin as we're talking, and then we'll bring it up as well. But all in all, I think throughout the whole live stream, we will be talking about, what he means to us, what he meant to us, and, things of that nature. So we can even go to, will his message live on or die with him?
No, I don't think it's going to die with him. I believe with so many of us now aware of the state of, the dating market or relationships across the board, I think with the rise of content creators like ourselves, we're going to continue having that conversation.
Right.
And Of course, we're going to attract similar subscribers that he have, or even some of his subscribers who is going to resonate with his message. Not that we're trying to be him, because ain't nobody can be him. You can only be yourself. Right. And you can just, share your perspectives. And of course, that doesn't mean that everything he says we're going to agree with. We're going to share our own thoughts and opinions and experiences. That's like I always say, and help everyone to kind of just have a conversation from a different outlook. Because I mean, as I said, I agree with a lot of what he says, but sometimes it's like, because he's also a man, he don't truly, he don't truly understand the mind of a woman, how it works. He understands it to a certain degree because he's been on, before he died, been on the earth for so long and had his experiences. But the true inner workings of a woman's mind versus the true inner workings of a man's mind, that's just like how us women can't really say what a man is thinking, but because of certain experiences we have, we can touch on, this is how men think, but only a man can truly say, well, this is what it really is. So from a woman's perspective, we can say, well, this is how it truly is. As much as what he's saying is true to a certain degree, there's also this aspect from the woman's side. You know what I'm saying? So I think his message will continue to live on and just be expounded upon.
That's it. I think that's exactly what's going to happen. I think somewhere deep down in me, I remember like I kept feeling really like guilty that I wasn't able to catch up with his new content, because I was always behind, and I was like, I just need you to stop, You just stop so I can catch up. But I didn't mean that he will stop like this.
Yeah, I know.
Like forever. Oh gosh. Be careful what you wish for. Kind of thing. But at the same time, it was like, okay, now we have all of this. Now we can, this word that you use, expound, because you have your lived experiences, so you can bring a different perspective. Maybe the same video, I will be able to bring a whole different perspective, like a Rubik's cube, right? And I think that's essentially what he was put on this earth to do. In a way, he gives his opinion, his experiences, whatever, his knowledge, it just keeps going. And then once he's passed on, we can also bring the other aspects as well, just so that it can save that 1, 2, or 3 people who are, let's say, ignorant, but not necessarily stubborn. Because I think most people are not necessarily stubborn. Those ones who are set in their ways, they're set in their ways. When the consequences come, they're the ones that bear it. But my message, or the people I'm more concerned about, are the ones who don't know any better, but they're just waiting for that conversation to be had, and it gets them to think, right? So I think I'm definitely on your camp in the sense that his message will not be dying. And as much as these people who are like, well, karma, we will touch upon that, like the nasty.
That's the stupidest word for her to have used in that. It's like, how is that?
I don't understand. I really do not understand.
Karma is when you've done something to someone, and the karmic laws, the natural laws of the world, brings back the equal what you call it,
measure or like consequence.
Right, the equal measure to what you've done. Not me telling you the truth and something that everyone's going to experience in life, which is
right.
That's your karma. No, that is natural. That is part of life. Now, if I smacked someone for no reason, and then nowhere, a couple of weeks later, somebody just came up and just punched me, then they'll be like, that's your karma. What goes around comes around. Like, you can't tell me that, because I told you the truth hurt your feelings, and now it was just my time to go, that's your karma. Girl, you're so stupid. No, that's karma. Like, girl, like, come on now.
Keisha's not having it. Honestly,
I was just like, are you serious?
Out of all the things, you point your finger at the one thing that is inevitable for well, it lies before every
Exactly. That is karma.
And then as if you're gonna wake up the next, as if you will even exist in the next minute, you know. We're so pompous. So pompous, you know.
That was the stupidest. I was just like, when I heard it, first thing I thought was just like, karma? Like, what? Are you okay? Do you even know what it means? She is just, and then her karma for that stupid comment she made is all of this roasting that everybody came and roasted her with.
Oh my days! Like this week, after this, now I'm gonna be delving back into the sphere just to see what's happening. But I just caught like a glimpse of it, and I just could not believe that she had like the boldness. Come to think of it, like these were women. I won't say we looked up to them. I didn't, but they were like, you know, celebrities. You're like, oh, she's very beautiful. But like when
I used to love her to play that game.
Yes,
I loved her.
I
thought she was beautiful, but now I'm just like, girl, what the?
It's like you should have just, just open your mouth, please, just please, you know. And the message is not going to die, people. Whoever ends up landing here that does not like KS, the Godfather, my bae, the message will be amplified. Please, I'm bringing microphone.
The message will be amplified.
That is exactly what's about to happen. It's like a rash that won't go away. We are about to come sticking and multiply all over your body, sweetheart. You know, you cannot run away from this, because if your character is garbage, not going to a different nationality, that's not what's going to save you, sweetheart.
No.
The person who's in the mirror, you got to look straight dead in the mirror and say, actually, I'm full of crap. And with KS or without KS, I want better for my life. You know, even if I can't stomach his message, I will still seek help in some capacity so that I can get the outcomes that I say I want. You know, that's exactly what he was saying. He never said, hey, come to me, all ye who are heavy and heavy laden, and I will give you rest.
And what you said is so true. Like, whether he said it or not, what he is saying is the action, is the steps that is needed for you to have better outcomes. Because, you know, before, like, this was way back in 2012 was the moment when I came to the realization that I need to, or it probably was a little bit sooner than that, but I had to stop and look in the mirror and just kept it real with myself. I'm like, girl, you need to change this. This is not what's up, etc., etc., etc. So, yeah, whether he said it or not, that what he's saying in his message to help you become a better person is what you really need to be doing.
Yeah,
you know,
the
and
message
like I said, I did. Sorry.
Yeah, the message still stands.
Yeah, because that's what I did for myself way back then to change my life around to align with the right types of people. You know, so
yeah, we can't run away from
the truth,
the work that needs to be done. Yeah, which is the truth, isn't it? Yeah, we can't run away from it. And I think at the end of the day, even if you can wiggle your way into getting a wedding ring, how are you going to stay married, please?
Exactly.
That's why they don't stay married. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna rear its ugly head. Your ugly inside is gonna rear its head. So
exactly. Because marriage brings it all out, doesn't it?
Oh yes, especially if you're married for a long time. And that is an idea I had for a live stream I'm planning to do about like marriage. Like, are you really ready for marriage? Because
gosh, we
marriage
need to talk about that. Because a lot of people are ready for the wedding, not the marriage.
Thank you. That's what they want, just the wedding, not the marriage. Because trust me, marriage ain't for the faint-hearted, okay?
No, no.
Especially if you want to follow in the footsteps of your and the older generation who've been married for 60 years and stuff like that. Ooh.
Ooh, child.
Oh.
It's definitely not about, I just want to be happy. No, it's about duties and responsibilities, the mundaneness of life. But that's what these mother-in-law don't want to hear. It's like, oh, fly me to Dubai. Oh boy,
but don't get me wrong. That's not to say when you're married, you're not going to have those moments. It's just not going to be as abundant as you thought it was going to be, because people don't realize that social media is really just smokes and mirrors.
The highlights. Yeah. Highlight reel, isn't it? Yeah.
Exactly.
It's just those good moments, you know? And then
that's why whenever I come on here, and even though, you know, I'm making me know, I don't make it me know that I'm married, but people know that I am. I don't ever try to pretend like, oh, because I'm married, my life is perfect.
Right.
No, it's not. You know, I have my moments where it's just like, God, take me away to another place where I can be by myself, etc. But you also have your moments where you're like, I'm so happy that I'm here, you know, and those moments can live on for a long time. Like, you can have happy moments for a period of time, and you can also have your down moments for a period of time. You know, so when you have their down moments, those will be the moments that really test you to see if you really cut out for this.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's so true. And I think that's why I really love what Kevin used to say, like always advocating for therapy, you know, and looking into the mirror. Because I know that like looking into the mirror can become quite dark, especially if you don't have the tools to help you in that dark place. You know, you kind of need that therapist or the professional or that support system to say, hey, you're drowning again. You're drowning your thoughts, and, you know, because it's so traumatic. Sometimes you do need to do it in a professional office so that when you are opening up and, you know, unpeeling or, peeling back all these things that you've been through, the layers, someone can be there and say, yep, just keep going, you know, and guide you through it. You know, we need that. But, you know,
have to say, if you're going to therapy, or counseling, pick the right person. Because I remember when I did therapy, right? Oh my God, I was like, I'm therapy. It's gonna help me. Oh my God, I came out there just feeling like I just want to break everything in my house. Like, this is not good. Like, I need to leave this because I'm not.
Because people think it's a kumbaya thing, isn't it? They think they think therapy is this, you know, this like kumbaya, like, soft life, affirmations. No, it's not. It's down and dirty, you know, digging deep, like your shit.
So no, you have to definitely connect with the right therapist who will definitely be able to help you understand what you're going through or what you've dealt with or whatever the case may be. But, you know, you have to definitely align with the right therapist.
Yeah, because I think I do find that, like, when I listen to some people who have had therapy, I question what kind of therapy they partook in, you know, because I'm thinking, did you just go to just, you know, dump your thoughts and feelings into a safe space, period? Or did you dump it there and then you were given the tools to see different perspectives, you know, and then work through that? Because most of the time people say, I've been in therapy for a year, 2 years, 3 years, but still...
like some of the women that would have called up on Kevin's show and you're like, you've been in therapy for how long? And this is your mindset still?
You live there like, oh, don't mind me, girl. I'm just going to pop to Tesco in my therapy office. You know, just going to have a 30-minute chat, you know, chin wag. That's all of it. When in actual fact, it's like, no, you don't just go there to chat. And I think that a lot of people, I think Kevin was therapy to a certain degree to a lot of people. You know,
I think so too.
Even though they won't admit it, They will not admit it. And they can't. Some people just cannot admit it because maybe even their circles, they're like, "Oh, we hate him," but behind closed doors, they are absorbing the content, and
Yeah.
they're bettering themselves because imagine if there's 4 of you, and Kevin has said 1 in 4 of you is gonna get married. You gotta do the math, isn't it? Gonna be me. So yeah, as much as no, I mean, we can slice and dice it however way, but Kevin's message is going to be staying.
Yes.
It's not going to die as long as we are here in the space anyway. And my thoughts and my condolences and my prayers go out to his daughter and the mum, because he was the only child, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You mean his daughter was his only child?
Sorry, well, both of them. So daughter only child, and he was the only son to his mum,
Yeah,
innit?
his mom, yeah.
So it's just them two now. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
it's sad. It's definitely sad.
Yeah. But hopefully, people like us, other content creators who did like amazing things for Kevin, because I think he celebrated his birthday not too long before he passed, isn't it?
Yeah, I think his birthday was in March. I was like,
yeah, it was in March. Yeah,
birthday month of my kids. I was like, I don't know what day it was.
Yeah, I remember I think what's her name?
Melanie.
Melanie, that's it. Yeah, Melanie shared some pictures.
Yeah.
Kevin. But again, I haven't been able to watch any of those videos, so now I will be. Someone's enjoying it.
I was like, I'm trying to make sure I get everything
loud and clear.
I should have put it on mute.
No, I heard it. I can tell you really enjoyed it. I'm definitely going to try that recipe, I'm really going to try it.
Yeah.
I've got beetroot, I've got the carrots, I've got the apple. I think cucumber is the only thing I need to get.
You don't have to put a cucumber in there. I just like to put a cucumber in there just to kind of give it more liquid and, get some extra nutrients.
Yeah, because it's full of so much water in it. Yeah.
Yes, a lot of water content. So, if you're going to do it, try, 4 apples. Because what I put in mine was 3 apples. And I probably, if I put 4 apples, it would have made it a little bit sweeter. But it also depends on the type of apples you're using as well.
Okay. Do you use the red, green? Which ones?
I usually use the red one, but I can't even remember what it's called because I just go to Lidl. That's the best place to get apples because they have that big, massive bag of apples. You get about 15 apples in there, but
really?
You get 15 apples. And I'm like, that's a good amount for me.
Okay. An apple a day? How about 15?
And so and I don't remember what that particular apple is called. I just know I see it and I just pick it up. And just go. Okay. But I know there can be sweeter ones than the ones I have.
Okay, I'm definitely going to check it out because I see you glowing. I need to get more glow.
Say that again?
I said I see you glowing, so I definitely need to get some of my...
People been saying that a lot. Like I'm glowing. What?
Yeah. It's
not makeup and the lighting. I got some highlighter on. Is it my cheeks that's glowing? Because I can get it if you say
you are internally glowing, from the inside.
Because a lot of people have been saying that lately, and I'm just like, interesting.
Yeah, I think definitely all of the goodness you're putting in you mentally and through your food is definitely shining through. Doesn't she look radiant, people?
Don't put the attention on me now.
I got you blushing.
No, I'm average at best, babe. Leave me alone.
Aren't we all? Yeah, we are average, right? Yeah. People are not going to be like, no, girl, you a 10. Okay. No, I'm a 6. And Jared said, why I gravitate towards Kevin was the fact he reinforced a lot of what I knew inherently. Yep. But it was, absolutely. Because he used to say, locker room talk, barbershop talk, these are the things that men were already having conversations about. And women would have loved to be a fly on the wall for the for the most part. And now we have, you know, access to it so freely, and we're like, make it stop! Ah, it burns! It burns! You know? Oh, Kevin, that's what's happening. We're like, shut it off. Yeah, he was very assertive. I think that's one of the things that I liked about him. He reminds me of my dad, because my dad's so principled, and you know, we very lovely. You know, we've got the soft moments, but when he's bringing, you know, so I love that he can just stick it on me. So I appreciate people who are able to just say, "No, Jemima, this way, that way," and we're able to receive love in that way. And I think that takes us back to the reason why some people cannot take his message is because they've only received a one-sided way of love, advice, guidance, you know. So when it comes in any other different form, it's like it comes across as an attack, you know. And I think
I was gonna say, I've noticed that women like ourselves who seem to have had their dads in their lives don't necessarily find Kevin to be like, you know, like harsh,
right,
you know. So and I feel like as well, like, and I'm not saying this for all women who have had their fathers in the house, because I have seen some people who have had their fathers in the house and they're still like, you know, not even that way. But I was gonna say, maybe fathers being in the house allowed, especially fathers who are very much in their masculine frame, their daughters tend to have a little bit more of a softer feminine side, because we are used to seeing that. So we know how to fall in line when we see that side.
Right. Yeah. No, I think you're absolutely right. And it's like an endless loop, isn't it? We want the men to stay, but we don't know or want to know what to do to make them stay. So we create the same boys that we resent. And then they're with very hard women, and then it goes on and on and on. And I think it comes back to women, doesn't it? Like, I remember I was trying to break this equation down. I was like, well, it comes back to us because we're bringing these kids into the world. Like,
especially if we're not picking right and picking a masculine man that is going to, you know, be able to bring that balance of a masculine energy, the masculine energy, to go perfect with the feminine energy. But if women don't know how to tap into their femininity or feminine energy, and she's in her masculine energy, it's just going to be chaos. And you know,
yeah, absolutely. And I don't know if you've come across a trending what headline, story, whatever, of a man who has 36 children or something.
Oh yeah, I saw that. No, 30 children, because he refused to.
He just wanted to spread his seed, or because
he wants to. He refuses to.
Right.
That's what I'm saying about this spreading the seed thing. Like, ain't nothing wrong with a man wanting to spread his seed, but sir, are you going to be in these children's lives? Because you're going to leave these women to raise these children on their own without your presence being there. Because I know, I can't remember the. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say, like, I stick it back to the women though, because I'm like, there's 19 women. There's one man. There's one.
I couldn't.
I
remember the time
of women.
This is disgusting. Yeah, I remember this one time when way in my single days, this guy tried to approach me.
Really?
I was happy that he was upfront. He told me he had 6 children by many different women. And I was just like, I was like, okay. Why are we like, I am not trying to be baby mama number 7, you know. Or was it 6? I think there's 6 children he had, but I don't know. I was like, I am not trying to be a part of that lineup, sir. You can miss me with that one.
You can miss me.
So
Yeah,
imagine 19 women before. I was like, excuse me, sir. You,
yeah. Like,
you can't even
this is
breathe in
why,
my direction.
right? And I'm like, it comes back to women and us not doing our due diligence because the men are
Yeah.
not in the home and we don't know how to pick and we don't know how to just be quiet and learn how to pick properly. And it's like, at what point do we? Yeah, for me, I stick it on the women because
No, yeah.
if these 19 women were, let's say Kevin was there because he's our hero, if they listened, let's say 18 of them listened to Kevin, that would have just been one. One
Yeah.
woman wouldn't have been able to produce 33 children. But because women are hard headed, I don't know what they saw in their man or whatever, they just wanted what they wanted. And now you've brought 33 children into the world. And at what point do they
Do
even
they
see
even know
that?
you as a dad?
This is it. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. But
Yeah.
we're
As
sticking it on the
Metro
women.
says, mhm,
They will come to
they will
Yep.
appreciate the importance of
Yep.
Kevin Samuel's presence by feeling the presence of his
They will.
absence.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I know I was just scanning through the comments. I haven't read them out, sorry. What's it called? Kevin talked about. Yep, exactly. Behind closed doors. And we always wanted to know, and now we know it's like, make it stop. Why are men never going to women?
But this comment
Mhm.
that says, why men never conveyed this information to women, we knew we would get the backlash. Men, like, come on, if you guys are the leaders, you're supposed to lead. Whether you're going to get the backlash or not, you are the head. You need to put it down and be like, hey, backlash or not, this needs to be heard. This needs to be said. And
Oh,
then
but
look
that's
at
toxic
how many.
masculinity, though, isn't it?
So that again?
In that toxic masculinity and our favorite word, the patriarchy.
Oh, toxic.
Ooh.
When a man's being a man, that's toxic. You see how crazy that is?
Always the patriarchy.
It's just,
Our favorite word.
but no, men definitely, regardless of the backlash, if you know that, as I say, men are analytical, they're logical, they understand, and they're problem solving. Whether the backlash is going to come, at least you know that this is helping to solve the problem.
Right.
So don't be in this instance, I would say a simp, because you'll be simping to try and just tell the women what they want to hear rather than just saying how it is and allowing them to understand whether you're going to get backlash or not. Because look at how many women that Kevin Samuels was still able to reach and how many relationships he was able to help. And look at the following that he garnered by saying, you know what, I'm going to stand in this fire. So men need to not look at it like that, like, oh, the backlash, or like that is kind of feminine energy. Like, oh, I'm trying to avoid the confrontation. So let me be pleasing and not say what needs to be said.
I think, if I understood where he was coming from, because sometimes it's not like, oh, let me pander, either speak up or pander. There is that bit where I think most men probably fall in, where they're like, we're silent and we're observing, and then going where we are celebrated. How about that?
Now, I can see that, going where you're celebrated, but then it will be the majority of women are still being in their masculine and still just treating other men. So the pool of women and the pool of men, like the pool of women, at least for men to choose from, is going to be really small. So where you're celebrated is not going to be the majority of women celebrating.
So basically, there is work for men to also do in not only remaining silent, observant, and picking and choosing from the small pool, but sometimes also being assertive and saying, hey, even if I am going to get the backlash, here it is. Okay.
Yeah, and even to say if these men have daughters, their daughters are going to be seeing these types of women out there as the majority, and you might think your dad's telling you the right thing, but because we know how children are, they're like, oh no, well, I see everybody else doing it. So my parents, they don't know what they're talking about, so I'm gonna go and do that. And then your daughter might end up being the majority, and then you're like, oh my God, where did I fail as a dad? You know,
no,
because even though you might be doing what you're doing, but it's what the majority, you know, because you know you can raise your child in the best
right.
way, but they still go out and experience the
They
real world
do.
for themselves.
Yeah,
And if the
absolutely.
real world is filled with women that are just boisterous and men not standing up for themselves, you know, your son's gonna fall into not standing up for themselves and only talk about this in the barbershop amongst men. And your daughter's gonna be like, well, I must follow what I see all the women
Yeah.
doing because that's what they do. I don't know.
No,
I don't know.
I
It's just
get
a
it.
different way of looking at it as well.
No, I get it. And I think, again, we're having these conversations so that we can all think, men and women, and then we can come together, isn't it? Because sometimes there's not really a right or wrong. It's just having
Yeah,
that conversation, hearing different perspectives, and just,
perspectives. Yes.
yeah, and just fusing. And he got on to say, Case inspired me to be a better man. He inspired me to be more confident in my masculinity, to not be afraid, sorry, to express my, exactly. So pretty much what we were talking about, isn't it? Just
Yeah.
embrace it. And I think a lot of men are embracing it because they're like, actually, women have been loud for a long time. It's up to us to also, let them know that actually it's not just KS who feels this way. It's all of us. He speaks for the majority. So
Yeah.
we appreciate that. Who knows? They will come to appreciate it. Yeah. Oh yeah, we pressed that. Sorry.
I'm sorry. You got that before you.
Jared said yep, it was very therapeutic for me. Like I used to I used to do everything like nighttime, dim the lights,
Because I mean your bay was on.
my days. Oh,
Set the mood.
I remember there was one time, yeah. Oh gosh. Kevin was talking about something and he was like, yeah, you come over here. And I was like, oh, hello. Me?
Oh my God. I can imagine.
He was just, I loved his humor. Like the amount of times I'll be just cackling in this place.
Yeah, some of the things he'd be saying, some people like, oh, that's harsh, but I'm like, that's harsh, but it's funny.
He's so funny. Like the day he said, you ain't about to play me like a $2 hoe. Oh, hell no. I was just gone. Oh, Kevin. Yeah. Jared said, Lidl's where it's at. Absolutely. And he gets his coconut oil from Jared.
Now I like getting certain stuff from the stuff for like the house or whatever.
No, absolutely.
So that again?
He said, keep all the vitamin A you've been consuming is the reason for the glow. Yeah, I better get myself some vitamin A as well. Yes, another reason they found Kevin harsh was absolutely. That's what we were talking about.
They're not used to it. They're not used to hearing men speak like that.
No, they're not used to it, and it's foreign to them. But at the same time, they don't want to listen to the people who are affirming it. They're like, no, you don't know it. But then, how do we learn as a collective if we're not going to, we'll pick this one and then we will wrap up.
What man wants this?
Uh-oh.
I did not call you a simp. Oh my God. Wow. I am so glad you wrote that because that is not what I meant. Oh my God. He says, really think about that before you look at me as a simp. That is a lot of burden any man to bear, even KS. I am not saying that you are a simp. I'm saying if a man refuses to step up, if you guys are the leader, if you are afraid to say how it is, that means if you're afraid to say how it is, then you are going to be more, you're going to be more wanting to appease a woman and not say what needs to be said. Now, when a man refuses to step up and speak up, you're going to be looked at as like, oh, he's weak. He can't speak for himself. He's not a masculine man. He's not a manly man. So that's what I'm saying. Don't pander to women and tell them what they want to hear or hold back the truth, because that's why it says you will be considered simping, you know, because you're playing into what she wants to hear rather than telling you the truth. Now you're saying that
anyway.
Sorry?
It backfires anyway, doesn't it? Because women will say, no, we don't want that. We want the masculine one.
Exactly. And then you said that it's a lot of burden for any man to bear. But if the man is the one who is more physically strong, mentally strong, and the woman is the weaker vessel, that's just what a man have to do. That's just like if a woman is going to complain about childbearing. That's just what you do as a woman. There is nothing else I can do about that. Like, that's just your burden for you to bear as a woman. So that is your burden as a man to bear. So first, you know, it's so funny because I don't want to offend anyone, and that's not what I aim to do. But, you know, my sister and people that know me well, they've always said, Keisha, you're the type of person that you will say how it is, and some people who just don't know how to take it and they think you're being rude or you're trying to be offensive. But it's not that I'm trying to be offensive. So I wasn't trying to call you a simp. I was just simply saying being afraid to step up is going to be you, you know.
And this is general, please. This is like in general.
Yeah, I wasn't saying you in particular. I'm not looking at you as a simp.
Yeah, because your second comment talks about stepping up and being in your masculine, right?
Yeah, that's what he had said, right?
Right. So we know that in your personal life, you're able to do that. However, what we're saying as a collective, if a man would rather appease to a woman, then that's what is classified as a simp.
Because you're going to tell her what she wants to hear rather than tell her the truth.
Right.
Now, if it doesn't apply to you, so if it doesn't apply, let it fly.
Keisha's a tease, by the way. I see you, Jared. 18 likes. Let's get it to 20 people.
Yes, get the like stuff, people. Let me go on there and hit that like real quick.
Oh yeah.
I'm here just participating. It's like, wait, where's my like to contribute? Let me just turn this all the way down so we don't get no feedback.
No worries, babe.
But yes, I'm glad I was able to clear that up because I was not sure. Wait.
Yeah, I think, like, again, as we were talking, generally speaking, if you're a man, focus on just being all that you can be, irrespective of how the woman
I already liked it. You already liked it.
Yeah. All right, guys, get 2 more to 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like as a collective, all men, let's focus on men and women. Let's just focus on our part to play in all of this, you know, being the best versions of ourselves to get the things that we say we want. So women being in our femininity, men being in their masculinity. And then again, we're just going to be observing, they're going to be observing, and then the two forces can combine. But what Keisha was saying is, when the opportunity arises as a man for you to say, no, actually, I don't appreciate that, instead of you saying those things, sticking it on the woman, don't back away and just appease to her in those moments.
Exactly.
In general, right? So that's kind of that's what I got anyway. So hopefully that came across.
Yeah, hopefully that's been cleared up.
No, I think it's all good. There are a lot of women who have selected conditional femininity because it's been forced by words. Yep, absolutely. They don't know what they want. I think I saw a post the other day where I'll see if I can find it at some point because I might have to elaborate on it, where she said something along the lines of, I'm not going to get married if I've got to teach a man that, and then goes on to talk about the patriarchy, blah, 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 blah. And I was thinking to myself, those two things don't align. In marriage, are you really going to be talking about these things? First of all, if you place so much value in all these things that you've listed, marriage won't even be part of that, because most feminists, they don't want marriage like that anyway. So it's kind of like, oh,
it's funny. Do they want marriage? What do they want? I don't even know what feminists.
I don't know what they want. They just want to complain.
Because I thought it was about equality, but it's about superiority at the end of the day for them.
Okay, here you go, Keisha. You can delve into that one.
What did you say?
I've put it on the screen for you.
It says, I understand that, but in this respect, this is a different conversation. It's not the same. Look at all the backlash KS got when he brought these things. It's not about... Okay. He said, what's not the same? It's the same thing. Because you're talking about the backlash as to why he's not speaking up. And you're saying, you said this is the burden that a lot of men have to bear. So that's why men don't do it. Right. So then I was speaking on the fact that don't be afraid because of the backlash. That's what I'm talking about.
Right.
In respect
the backlash will come regardless.
Exactly. Yeah. Like telling the truth, going to someone and being honest with them and telling them the truth. Backlash or their reaction or however they react to it is going to come by the end of the day. I have to tell you the truth in order for us to move forward. Because if I don't tell you the truth, you know, I'm going to be holding that in, secretly hating you and wishing that you were better, but I did not give you the opportunity to become better because you refused to tell you the truth. So when you're saying it's not the same, I'm just going off of what you wrote. And I'm saying that if you look at it like that, oh, it's a burden, this is why men don't do it. But if you're saying that you are the leaders, you are the ones that are the problem solvers and all of these things, you should not look at it like, oh my God, it's a burden. So if I do it, I'm gonna get this backlash. So it's best that I don't. So I'm gonna just keep my mouth shut. Because then you go say, look at all the backlash KS got when he brought these things. But guess what? He didn't allow the backlash.
Yeah.
To keep getting feedback?
No, it's fine.
You know, he didn't allow the backlash to stop him from getting the message out.
Right. Absolutely. And we
you
get
the one that used the word afraid as well in the first comment to say that men are afraid to do it. So I'm going off of what you vote.
And I think, you know, again, with this comment, I'm not sure if with this response, it seems like you're talking about yourself again. I think if you're not, let us know. But again, in general,
we were talking generally. I wasn't talking about you in particular. I just go off of what you wrote.
Okay.
I don't know. But this person, I'm sure when they had come in, they said that they listened to both of our contents and that we're two of their favorite content creators. So I'm not sure how, you know, if you watch enough of my content, then you would understand that I'm not going directly at you. I'm just speaking generally because it's all about helping everyone. But now, as Jemima says, if you're talking about you and now you're feeling like I'm attacking you, then maybe you have to do some reflecting too. I don't know. Just saying.
Yep. So
don't be offended, though. I know the truth hurts, but don't be offended by what I've said, though.
I know, like for me, I've had to learn the balance between like the masculine and the feminine, especially like being my dad's daughter. Sometimes I can be very, very blunt and straightforward. And even when I am getting the backlash, for here, I had to slowly bring it in. But now it's like, no, shoes are off. We are running through the fire.
Because you're not from the UK, are you?
From Ghana, originally.
And that's what I was going to say. I feel as though, or I believe, us who are from, and I hate saying this, but third world countries, I really hate saying that. You know, I find it's nothing third world about where we're from. No. Why y'all coming there every time for holidays and stuff like that?
Right.
Oh my God. Nonetheless, I believe that because we were raised in those settings where, you know, things are so much different and men for the most part weren't afraid to speak up, and we speak up. We don't get offended easily. I believe that's why we are able to be more receptive of the message as well. Not to say that certain things that people say won't get to us, because I mean we're all
no,
human, we have emotions, but for the most part, we don't think, oh my God.
Oh, Jared said developed country. Yep, there you go. We got it.
Developed country. Yes, yes.
Because there's nothing third world about it. I know Jared's from Nigeria. Yeah,
Oh, is
brother.
he?
Yeah,
Okay. Nice.
So go on to the next one. Both of you should consider an online dating channel. Ooh.
You know, something
I've been thinking about bringing two people. Okay, every woman.
Mine before, but I was like, I don't know if I got time to listen to people try. As much as I love seeing people come together in relationships. I'll be like, oh my God. I love
matchmaking. Honestly, I love matchmaking. So every woman
I got time to be like, oh, if things didn't work, don't want to blame you. Me.
Oh my God, boy. Yeah, let's not
even go stay out of people's business like that.
I know, like sometimes I stick things onto people and I'm like, I don't know if people will actually gravitate to, they probably won't come. So I remember, for example, someone I know was talking to a guy and she was like, oh, we had this conversation about being intentional. And I was like, okay. But then 2 weeks later, I still hadn't heard from him. And I was like, yes, that is his intention.
Exactly. Girl, I had no intentions of going anywhere with you. Now that I realize you are serious and I am not, I am going to exit stage left.
And I was thinking, yeah, I get that you said intentional, but your intention is to do this. His intention is to that.
No, for real.
Like,
your intention and his just did not align.
Exactly. And you see the intention, you see the actions, and we're still like, well, that's not what I wanted.
Girl, you saved yourself a headache. Move on.
Right. So I don't know if I could do it as much as I would love to do it. Maybe I'll think about it. We'll see. Mm-hmm. So we'll grab I know. We're loving what we're doing for now. Yeah. And the last one, he's back. So I'll let you take it before we wrap up.
Me?
Yeah, because it's for you.
All right.
It's he. Yeah.
Huh? It's a he? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I am personally talking about initiating the conversation. If you don't get it, I will have this conversation at a later date. Okay. I thought, as mentioned, 3869. I was just going off of what you were saying. I understand because, like, you know, as Jemima read another one of your comments that says that, you know, Kevin Samuels helped you with your masculinity, comprehend that. But I was speaking generally to your comments. So, yeah. But as you said, we can probably have that conversation later at a later date.
Absolutely. I mean, I think somebody's just popped up.
Oh, and you just about to leave, girl.
Your girl's rich. Wagwan.
Hey.
We got our wagwan. This is my
wagwan, ladies.
Oh, thank you so much, gracious greatness. Oh, we were just about
set up a meet and man will reach. Is this person from England? Set up a meet and man will reach. But not on a. What's that? But on a camera though.
Oh, so you wouldn't come on camera? Okay. We'll have to think about this one. That is addressing the backlash from females like the victim. Yeah, that will be for another moment, Jared, because from my point of view, I personally haven't been consuming any content since the passing of Kevin, so I don't really know what's going on. It literally flew over my ears somehow that he was with some nurse or whatever, but that was just like hearsay and I heard it, but I actually do not know what's going on in the streets so far. So I know Keisha knows a lot more than me, but because it's quite late, I know if we open that can of worms, we're not going to be done. But I think what we can do is maybe separately or together, we will be delving a lot deeper into these different segments or different backlashes, because there's a lot of people are relishing in his loss, celebrating his loss, a whole load of disgusting things. So yeah, Jared, unfortunately, we're going to have to tackle that at another time. I know you really want us to drag them, but I don't know. That's what I was looking like. You can with a British friend. Oh yeah,
yeah, exactly. I've never seen a British pound sign in the super chat.
Yeah,
like, okay.
Right. Same.
Jemima, can I just say this to 3869? He left a comment saying, "I am only."
There we go. Yeah.
He says, "I'm only offended because I don't believe you get what I'm trying to convey." There is no need to be offended. Like I said again, I've said it so many times. What I was saying was not meant to offend you. I was speaking in general. So instead of getting offended by it, you can just be like, okay, she didn't understand it. I won't be offended. Maybe next time I can speak and, share. But as you said, no worries, no feelings hurt. I'm glad that there was no feelings hurt, even though you said you're offended. Let's just hopefully next time we can smooth it over. Okay. Yeah. Again, I apologize for offending you or hurting your feelings. I'm not sure. Well, you said your feelings weren't hurt, but you were offended. That was not my intention. So I was just speaking in general to what you said.
Okay. I appreciate you doing that, Keisha. Hopefully, everything has been ironed out now.
And hopefully I can see you in my next live stream, and then we can talk a little bit more.
Yeah, come there. And the last one from Gracious Greatness. Yes, I live in the UK. Yep, 2 UK content creators here. Hello. I like to use colloquial sometimes. Yeah, absolutely. It's good to have you here. Hopefully you can come again, Gracious Greatness.
Yes.
I'll do all you have. And yeah. But I like the American drama, isn't it? When we talk about the American people. Yeah, I like that. But yeah, we have come to the end. Jared said, I put it together because you're a British tag team champions. Okay. Well, that means we have to do part 2, 3, 4, 5. It's coming, Jared. We will find another time. But I've thoroughly enjoyed myself. I hope.
Yes, I really enjoyed. I was having a very type of day today, and I was just like, I'm looking forward to this conversation to, just talk and get my spirits back up. The thing is, it wasn't nothing in particular that got me down. It's just that I got a letter today, right? And it's like, these people were annoying me because I've been writing to them back and forth for so long. And I am convinced that these people are committed to wasting my time. And the thing is with me, when I'm ready to take this to the next level, I get serious mode. I get serious. Even like just literally before I started preparing myself to get ready for this stream, I was still on the computer. I'm like, oh, wait. What does this act say? Okay. What does this government act say? What does this say? And I'm like, Keisha, you need to get ready. And that's just kind of just brought me down because I'm like, oh, these people are annoying me. So I was like, this will bring my vibe up and make me feel better. I might just hop onto my thing for a quick little live stream. I don't know. Okay, no, I'm pushing it.
Oh no, I'm down for whatever, really.
I'm like, oh guys, I just finished on the July stream.
More money. Okay.
I need to stay on a little bit more. Thank you for supporting Jemima's stream, guys. Continue to show your love and support.
I honestly appreciate it.
It helps us to keep going.
Yeah, I was to say, I think men and women need to learn how to compromise and come to an understanding of each other. Absolutely. I think that's where it's at, because, and it never stops, does it? It just never stops, because we evolve every single day, married, unmarried, whatever. We need to be able to compromise. That doesn't mean we're being quiet and appeasing to each other, but sometimes it's having those hard conversations where we are getting the backlashes from our partner who we know loves us, but at the same breath, we're able to say, do you know what? Okay, it's okay. It's okay. We're going to agree to disagree, but we're still going to come
Yes.
together.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was just about to say, as much as you said that, and I was like, that doesn't mean, like, having a hard conversation doesn't always mean that it's going to be an argument. It can
Right.
be, I can agree to disagree in this moment, and we can come back at a later time
Yeah.
and talk, because it's not everything you're going to agree on, not everything you're going to see eye to eye, and not every conversation going to be smooth, you know. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly that. Want you to have to.
Come on, guys, if you haven't yet hit that like button, go on and hit that like button.
People hit that like button. Oh, Reggie, thank you so much. You didn't even say anything. Bless
Nothing,
you.
just pure support.
So much support, honestly. Thank you, guys. Everyone who came on, the ones who did speak up, the ones who didn't, we appreciate you all, especially if you are actually in the UK. We appreciate
big
you.
up all the UK people over
Yeah,
here.
big up. More to come, more to come. Shout out to all the random, you know.
And woman them on the line.
Oh my God. When my son sleeps, I need to be sleeping, you know, because he'll be up early.
Oh my God. Like lately I've been saying I need to get my sleep schedule back on track. And for the past couple of days, I've been going to my bed at 9 o'clock in the night. So even when we had this live, I was like, oh my God, am I going to be able to be up for the live? Because I've been going to bed at 9, but then I wake up at 1, and then I'm up until 5, and then I go back to sleep until like 10, and then I'm up for the day. And I was like, Keisha, no. But I usually go live and do my recordings when my kids are asleep.
Yeah. No, I get
No, because you know, in the private chat, I was like, my kids. Like,
yeah,
they were making so much noise. I was like, oh my God, is this being picked up? I
didn't hear anything, so it's all good.
But it was so loud. I was like, that's what happened when the cameras went off and the music.
And then you come back, you're like, and sing.
Hi, guys.
Hi. Because before I started, my son was just jumping up and down on the bed. I was like, you're going to break this bed, please. But yeah, I know, Jared, I know you want me to stay here. But honey, it's 11. And honestly, had it not been a church day, I've been up since like 5. You know, and then church is an all-day thing, and then
so when you were up, I was going to bed.
We were doing the shifting cultivation here. Hi, Susie. Oh, I love you too, darling. It's good to have you here. Hopefully, I will be seeing you here often. She's a UK gal.
Oh yeah, love it. UK in the building.
All right, I know, Jared. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Let me see if you got 20, because let me see, because Jared just wants us on here talking all night.
Let me go like my own video too. Where's Bobby? Bobby's gonna tell me that I keep liking my stuff. Let me go and like the video so that at least we have 19 or so.
Let me see. Yo, hit 20. There is 20, Jared. We got 20 likes. Yay!
Yay. I know one day I'll be like, yeah, we got 50. Get it to 50K likes or else. Oh, we're on 21. Whoop, whoop. Nice. Oh, amazeballs. All right, guys. It was good catching up with you. Thank you for making my return a pleasant one. So hopefully, yes, thank you so much for coming. More to come. More to come. I know that for sure. I love the banter, the laughs, the humor we get each other. So yeah, we're going to be having a lot more conversations on mine, on yours, and I appreciate, you know, the EH386
69
69
3869.
At 38.69. I appreciated all that back and forth because this is the conversations that we should be having, right? And yeah, so I appreciate all that. We're not only looking for people to just agree with us and then smooth sailing.
Exactly.
We want the backlash because that's how we keep the conversation going, you know? So yeah, we got to 21. Thank you, everyone. When's the next one, ladies? Oh, girl, it's coming. It's coming.
Yes.
Thanks for your try. Yep. Yes. Thank you, teacher. Big up all the. Yep. Everyone. Big up everyone.
Definitely.
Alrighty. Everyone have a good evening, a good night, a good morning, wherever you're coming from. And love you all and more to come. Bye, Keisha.
Bye.